Welcome to one more edition of Take 5, where we're talking about honoring our father and mother. Okay, let me back up. We're doing 5 minutes, more or less, on the 10 Commandments, and we're stuck in a good way on honoring your father and your mother. This will be the third show on this one, and then we'll move on. Let me ask you this. What's the name of your mom? What's the name of your dad? I don't know how old you are that are watching this, but my guess is you're not 10. You're probably an adult, and you probably have your parents are a little bit older. So here's the question. The average age of our population is rising. How do we as adults obey this command for our elderly parents? I'll say this, one of the big reasons that Sue and I are back in Northeast Ohio and have been back here for 6 years, we looked at ourselves and said our parents are getting older, and maybe we need to be nearer them, and they were both in Northeast Ohio. And so right now, in a very real way, my wife and I are spending a lot of time with our moms. In different capacities, but we are. How do we do it? I've been to India many, many times, and one of the things I notice about India, that is a culture that truly respects the elderly. And I've heard from many people that the Chinese culture is the same. The Asians are doing it well, and maybe we in the West sometimes not so much. I don't know. I don't want to judge. You decide. But some cultures more readily find room to honor their parents, sometimes in their homes, but naturally they find room for their aged loved ones. And I think that's the spirit of the command. Honor your father and your mother. This was a command written in the wilderness, given to the Israel in the wilderness, to adult people. And so something that we have to seriously consider is how do we do this? Not just how do we get our 9-year-olds to do it, it's that too. How do we as adults honor our father and our mother? In many ways, they are the matriarchs or the patriarchs of our families. Honor your father and your mother. What is best for them? Not as what convenient for me or you, and as they get older, and yet we still stay really busy with our families and our careers and all of that. We got to weigh that, I know. But what is best for them? What's best for their health? What are their social needs? What are their financial needs? What is best for their dignity? I think through that. Ask yourself that. If you remember the first show, we talked a little bit about what Calvin talked about with honor, and that it includes reverence and obedience. Now, we are in a different authority structure now if we are adults and our elderly parents are there. So obedience changes, obviously, I think. Is that a Western thing? I don't know. Reverence, obedience, and gratefulness. Those are certainly 3 ways we can start by honoring our elderly parents. But how else? Did you know that biblically the idea for honor can have financial overtones to it? In 1 Timothy chapter 5, it talks about elders, and it says the elders who are good leaders are to be considered worthy of double honor, especially those who preach. I've been telling my elder team that forever. I'm worthy of double honor, double my pay. I'm kidding. But honor has some financial overtones to it. So honor your father and your mother. Maybe there's some financial overtones to it now that they're living on a limited income, and perhaps their needs, maybe even their medical or physical needs are increasing, and they can't do some things because financially they're just too strapped. Think about honor your father and your mother that way. Okay, I've given you enough to think about. You who are adults and have elderly parents, or at least adult parents, we're not 10, and yet we are still called to obey this command. Honor your father and your mother. We would do really well to listen to the Apostle Paul's words on this matter of the high Christian calling of taking care of our parents and of our family. I'll just end you with this one. 1 Timothy 5, I'm going to read verse 8 to you. If anyone does not provide for his own family, especially for his own household, and so I'd say especially your parents, if anyone does not provide for his own family, especially for his own household, he has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever. Strong words, and I'll leave you with that. But how important that is. We as believers, our high Christian calling is to take care of our family, especially take care of our immediate family, especially to take care of our parents. Honor your father and your mother, regardless of your age, regardless of your parents' age. Okay, I'm done. See you next time, where we will then go to the next command, which is an equally serious one. You shall not murder. We'll look at how Jesus applied it to us in a very spiritual way as well. I'm out. See you later. So long.